Hey everybody, and welcome back to our channel, your go-to place where tech meets clarity. In today's video, we are diving into AWS or Amazon Web Services IoT SiteWise, Amazon's powerful service that lets you collect, organize, and analyze data from industrial equipment at scale. So if you are new to AWS or just starting your IoT journey, don't worry because this beginner-friendly tutorial will guide you step by step. So whether you're an engineer, a developer, or just curious about smart factory solutions, this video will help you get started with confidence. So let's begin. Now, the first thing that you need to do, visit the official website of AWS. Now, you can simply go to the products if you want to search for the IoT, but the better option is to click the Create an AWS account on the upper right corner. If you do, you will be forwarded to a new page. All you have to do at this point is to provide all the information needed. Once you have done that, okay, you will be forwarded to the main homepage of the Amazon Web Services. Okay, so on the top right corner, you can have an option to add widgets because that could give you a customizable dashboard if you want it. All right. And after that, you also have an option to reset to default layout. Again, this is all just personal preferences. Now, with the homepage, there is a smart option here that says create application. Now, in this scenario, it's very important to know that once you are on the AWS home console, you need to put in the application name. So in this case, we're going to use IoT. Put that in, and then you have an option to skip to review and create. All right. But let me tell you right now that before you can proceed to progress, you need to add the resources. If you do, you will be forwarded here. All right. The tags are optional. You can add a tag, which is a key and a value pair that acts as metadata for organizing your AWS resources. If you want to add a tag here, enter the value. You can also add another. On the attributes group, which is optional, you can also add an attribute groups depending on your preferences. You need to select the attribute groups to assign to the application. But if you're not sure to create the application and if you don't have any administrative privileges, I highly suggest you cancel this for now, right? But if you have like a coding background or technical expertise, I suggest you go to the create application. But you see that there's going to be like a few sections here on the top left corner. You have the hamburger menu. That would give you to my applications right here. Since we don't have any applications, it's not gonna auto-populate here. On the region, you can choose from the current region and the supported regions that you have. It would load all the applications if you have created specific applications within the regions that you have done. All right, so let's go to the all services. Now, if we view the services by category, you have the compute. These compute provides scalable computing capacity in the cloud, allowing you to run applications without managing physical services. For example, if you go to the EC2, you will be forwarded here, right? Which is kind of useful for hosting websites and backend services, batch jobs, and a lot more. Now, what would happen is if you want to launch an instance so you can get started with the Amazon EC2 instance, which is going to be a virtual server in the cloud, you can do that. You can simply click the view dashboard and you have all the instance running, dedicated hosts, and key repairs, plus the security groups. You also have an option here to view the EC2 global view, which would forward you to a new page. So in essence, AWS requires a learning curve. But once you get to the hang of it, it's going to be a lot easier to navigate. And then you see, we go to the left side panel of our dashboard and we go to the settings if you want. So you can configure and have more control over the settings of EC2 Global. I'm going back to the main homepage because Although you have access to the EC2, you also have the developer tools. Now, it helps build, test, and deploy applications more efficiently using the CI and CD pipelines and collaboration tools. For example, I'm gonna skip some of the services here because some are kind of like explanatory, but I want you to focus on the Internet of Things or the IoT analytics. You see, it provides you an end of support. You can download the PDF and the RSS from this. Not only that, if you go back to the main homepage again, go to the all services, there is a section for the Amazon AWS Marketplace. Now this gives you all the section for the products that you are using. And again, if you go to the section for the all services, there should be a section here for the containers. Now for the containers, it will allow you to run containerized applications using Docker and Kubernetes, right? Now that means it's useful for microservices, portable app environments. Of course, if you needed more information, I highly suggest you quickly get started or watch this short video. But we're gonna skip that for now, and I'm gonna go back to the main homepage of the Amazon Web Services console because we have so many options here. For example, the application integrations or the front-end web and mobile, which gives you the AWS Amplify. So I've been using this for quite some time and it works wonders because for this, you can ship full stack apps fast. You can deploy an app here, everything is ready, or start with a template. If you do, you see, you just have to choose the source code provider. Like for example, you can deploy your app from a GitHub provider, Bitbucket, Code, Commit, GitLab, and deploy without Git. Next is going to be, you need to add a repository and branch, app settings, or review. After that, all I have to do is click the create an app with a Gen 1. It's kind of like a straightforward process really with the containers. Now, after that, there is a section here on the gear icon wherein you can use from any of the following. These are just for preferences. Now, the last I'm gonna deal with is gonna be the migration and transfer, especially if you wanted to have the AWS Migration Hub. This in turn will forward you to a new page. In essence, it's one of the one destination for migration and modernization. It's kind of really helpful. Now, with this, you see, you can click the dashboard for the migration and you would have all these applications. You have the discovery summary, applications, agents, and agentless collectors. All right? And with that being said, and that's a wrap on our walkthrough in AWS IoT SiteWise. If you found this video helpful, especially the walkthrough on account creation, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more step-by-step tech tutorials. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, especially if you're driving into cloud platforms, IoT or AWS tools. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching and we will see you again in the next one.